You're watching Pulse for the 8th or 9th of September, depending on where you're from and when I get this up, and it's time for some StarCraft news. In this week's episode, we take a look at the upcoming GSL Code-S Finals, the GSL Up and Down matches that were recently played, the now finalised Dreamhack Valencia, SHOUTcraft Invitational number 3, SC2 Manager, CombatEX's final talk, and more. Let's get started. So before jumping into the tournament and event news, one quick mention. The StarCraft 2 patch 1.4.0 notes have been updated with, I would say, pretty much only one change that matters. Infestor's Neural Parasite can no longer target massive units. Now, I'm not even really sure why Neural Parasite's in the game after this nerf. Are we going to be controlling those Zealots and Stalkers? It just doesn't make sense. I don't think I even really need to tell you, but there's a ton of rage about this out there. No one is happy. Do you think this change will be reverted? A lot of people are saying it can't possibly be permanent. You can check those full patch notes below, and as I said, be sure to let me know what you think. Do you think we're still going to be seeing a lot of Infestors in play? Do you think Destiny's going to be happy about this? And do you think Blizzard will actually go through with it? Now, time for the GSL updates. So the GSL Code-S semi-finals have indeed been completed, and while they were pretty exciting, our only Zerg player, July, was in fact knocked out by none other than MVP. And on the other side of the bracket, Top took down Pult with a score of 3-1. Yes, you're reading this correctly, our finals are indeed a TVT between Top and MVP. You can, and most definitely should, tune in over at gomtv.net on Saturday the 10th of September to watch them live. I can't really say who I'm going to be rooting for. I was actually rooting for July, and now that he's no longer here, I'm pretty indifferent. It would be cool to see MVP win it again though. Moving right along, let's have a talk about the up and down matches that happened recently. Quite a few big names were actually taking part in the up and down matches, and there were most definitely a couple of upsets. So, the players staying in Code-S are Supernova and Losira, and the players moving up into Code-S are Taja, Lenok, Jakji and Marine King. Then the Code-A winners, obviously Gunzi, and the MLG seed would be Dongregu. Now where the fun starts, the Code-A. Players staying in the Code-A are Yoda, Check and JYP. Players moving down to the Code-A from Code-S are Kirix, Violet, Biyun, Trickster, Alicia, and wait for it, OGS MC. No one really expected MC to be knocked down to the Code-A, and people are calling this the fall of Protoss. Is it that bad? Are they just being a little bit dramatic? Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So with that said, I'm pretty keen for the GSL October. I think it's going to be a blast. Now, the GSL extras. There's actually a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Firstly, over at myeg.net, you can check a post out titled Huck Fighting Abroad, recap of the GSL August. Then the guys from over at GomTV have announced a new tournament, the Arena of Legends. It's an online tournament with a lineup of star players which will be commentated in English and broadcast live via gomtv.net. This tournament is set to start on the 17th of September and run till the 2nd of October, every Saturday and Sunday. That's a total of 6 days playing. There are some pretty decent players in here. I am Nesty, Slayers MMA, OGS MC, I am Losira, Marine King Prime Wee, Startail Trickster, MVP's Dongregu, I am MVP, EG's Huck, Startail July, Slayers Boxer, and Dignitas Naniwa. It is looking pretty good, and the only downside would be that you need a premium ticket over at GomTV to watch it. It'll not be streamed free in standard quality. As I said though, you can read more about the Arena of Legends below. Then you can see how Hero has apparently rolled through the Code-A qualifiers. Kaldor will be casting for GomTV in the next season. ESV-TV and GomTV have set up a partnership. Now if you're wondering, ESV-TV or Esports Vision TV is the former IC Cup TV. They promise of great things to come, but most importantly, right now at least, a highly coveted spot in the Code-A for the winner of their ESV-TV Korean Weekly Finals. So that's a pretty big deal. Yes, a full Code-A slot. You can read more about this below, but it does sound like a partnership that's definitely going to work out for the better. Now, this.
Thor control there too.
Really chasing those mutas out quite well.
Oh, this is the best part of the song. Nobody talk. Yeah, this is such a good part of the song. No.
Did I hear a wiener in there? I don't know, but that was absolutely epic, and you can find it linked below if you want to listen to it again, and again, and again. I don't think I need to say much more about it. Then lastly, read a pretty interesting piece that I found over on the Team Liquid forums titled Code-S might be losing entertainment value. Is it really? You're gonna have to read the post to find out. I thought it was pretty well written and presented quite a few good points. Now it's time to talk about Dreamhack Valencia. The guys from Dreamhack have revealed their full lineup for the upcoming Dreamhack Valencia Invitational. 2 more Koreans will be attending. These are the last 2 players to make out the 8. These Koreans are in fact the newest Liquid member Hero and Fnatic's Rain. So if you want a quick recap of who's been invited, we're going to be seeing Lucifron, Rain, Hero, Thorzane, Dongregu, Idra, Huck and Naniwa at the event. And the casters, as you all probably expected, Total Biscuit and d.Apollo. Honestly, I think Dreamhack Valencia is going to be a lot of fun. It's not too big to be confusing, and it's just the right size to have just the right amount of awesome in it. You can read a lot more about this below, and be sure to tune in on the weekend of the 16th and the 17th of September to catch this live. Now let's talk about something that's probably a lot more exciting to most of you, the SHOUTcraft Invitational number 3. Catchy title. Yes, that is quite a catchy title indeed. Total Biscuit has put a lot of effort into this one, and I have no doubt that it's going to run incredibly smoothly. So, this 2-day event features 8 players, which I will mention in just a second, and a $5,000 prize pool. The 8 players invited are Sock, DDE, Destiny, TLO, Dimaga, Tyler, Strelok, and fan favorite White Ra. Obviously, Total Biscuit and d.Apollo will be casting the entire thing. It will all be live, which is one of my favorite parts of this entire thing. None of this is cast from replays. And you can even find some player profiles below for all the players taking part. It's gonna be great. It's happening this weekend. You can find the stream link below. Don't miss it. With that done, let's check out the tournament and event smalls. In the smalls this week, over at the official site, you can have a look at Keeping Up with MLG. That's pretty much just a quick recap of the MLGs that have passed, and it gives us a bit of a glimpse at what's coming up. Then you can have a look at what Blizzard has to say about IGN Pro League 3 Origins. Strelok has qualified for IEM New York. Bomber and Boxer are set to attend MLG Orlando. You can read about the 4v4 TeamSpeak Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open number 23. NASL has added Heroes of New Earth to their game lineup. Loner has won the China First 3D Electronic Games. The Collegiate Star League is heading to Europe. That's pretty exciting news. You can read about the Twitch TV Japanese StarCraft 2 Community Cup Finals. And lastly, Goody took first place at Polafluke Spring Ling. Second place was South Africa's very own Seam. First up in the community news, I wanted to have a quick talk about something that I only touched on briefly last week. The SC2 Manager. This is a massively multiplayer online StarCraft 2 team manager game. Yes, there are other games like this out there, but they don't usually involve a sport as interesting as StarCraft 2. In it, you are in charge of a professional StarCraft 2 team. You manage a roster of players, decide how and when they'll train, what tournaments they'll play in, you'll create and assign strategies for the players to use, and you'll even manage the team's finances. It does sound like a lot of work, but it can be a lot of fun. I started off and I had 15 players that applied to join my team. I had to pick 4 of them based on their stats and their history. I chose a couple of ex-Brood War pros, a cheeser and a macro monster. How will they do? Who knows. Probably not too well with me managing them. It seems like there are lots of people playing this, and it does look like it could be a lot of fun. So check it out over at SC2Manager.org if you're keen, and let me know if any of you guys are playing this. I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts about it. So next up in the community news, I wanted to talk about CombatEX's final talk video. And in this, he does indeed have a very heartfelt talk. He first starts by covering his history with Chill and admits that he stream snipes and that he's totally BM, or in his words, just totally honest. So, he gives us a few facts. He said that he did in fact stream snipe all those players and that he was, wait for it, really sorry. Yes, CombatEX said that he was sorry. He said that he realized that the only person that was actually entertained by the stream sniping was the person doing it. He then went on to say that he'll never ever do it again. That moment of softness faded fast though, because right after that he said that excluding Day 9, his videos were the most insightful videos out there. Yes, on the entire internet. He talks about a lot of other stuff in this vlog, including the drama between himself and Team Liquid, and how he'd apparently love to be unbanned from Team Liquid, but knows that he deserves the ban and that probably won't happen. So, check the video out right here on YouTube or linked below and let me know what you think about CombatEX. Let me know if you think he deserves redemption. Now let's check out the community smalls. Firstly, over at the official site, you can check out some new StarCraft fan art. You can read an interesting post over at MajorLeagueGaming.com titled "The Beautiful Game, Falling in Love with StarCraft 2. Kotaku has yet another article up about esports, this one titled "What is esports? Let Team Fnatic tell you." Then in a bunch of player and clan news, Phoenix has joined Team Incredible Miracle. Yes, no one really saw that coming. Team Gosu Gamers has picked up the Korean Terran player Oasis. Grubby is moving to Korea for 1 month and is set to take part in the Code-S qualifiers. Drewby is apparently heading to Korea. Thorzane is currently staying in the Slayer's house. Then you can check out a pretty drama-filled post that tells us all about the fact that Major has been released from 6jax Gaming. I'll give you the quick and dirty. Apparently, although Major is an outstanding player, he couldn't meet the professional and ethical expectations from 6jax's sponsors and upper management. So yes, it seems like he was just BM and that wasn't acceptable. There's a lot more about this than what I mentioned here, and I was on the verge of doing a whole community news piece on this, but there's a lot of negativity in it as well, so I decided to steer clear of it. Check it out below if you want to know all of it. Then there are a couple of interviews, one with Sase where he talks about the Code-S and more, one with GG Galaxy who also talks about the Code-S. Team Liquid has interviewed NBA's Gordon Hayward. It seems like the very same Gordon Hayward, the professional NBA player, might well participate in the IGN Pro League. Yes, you can watch the video about him making his decision. And don't take this one too seriously. Sheth and Hero profiles are up on Team Liquid. The guys over at Forbes have an interview up with Day9 when he talks about StarCraft, esports and Nerd Pride. You can check out a highlight video featuring Clyde, Jinro and more. This is from the IPL 3 qualifier. Then another new song from Tempo. This one titled APM, and it's a Handlebars StarCraft 2 remix. This one's absolutely amazing and you can check it out right now on SoundCloud. Lastly, you can read a quick vlog type video from Tasteless wherein he talks about Sons of StarCraft. It's a documentary about himself and Artosis. Sadly, that's all I have for you in the StarCraft news this week. Remember to check the links below for everything I spoke about, and remember to catch the GSL Code-S Finals this weekend, along with the SHOUTcraft Invitational 2, and I suppose everything else that's happening. Most importantly though, happy StarCrafting.